Before we get started, a word of caution. Any and all information in this video is deemed to be true and accurate at time of recording. However, real estate is finicky and can change from day to day, month to month, year to year. So check with your local real estate agent, check with me, to find out the most up-to-date, accurate information. I hope you get some value out of this video, and without much further ado, Emmanuel and I are going to check you out on the other side. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Before we do anything else, I just have to say I've been waiting a long time to make this video. Why it took me this long, who knows. Selling real estate, working on other videos that I thought were a little more important. It just a myriad of things. And this is the kind of stuff that I get the most kick out of because it's exciting, it's new, but also it helps my clients a ton, especially in this kind of market. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about new construction homes. So this is my first actual video. I've done tons, but I've deleted them because things change over time, and I don't want to give you the wrong information. I want to give you all the best information I can get. So with that said, we're going to jump into talking about Sunterra. So Sunterra is being marketed as a lagoon lifestyle community. It is being developed by Texas, which is responsible for a few other communities in the area. So communities like Balmoral, I think Balmoral is beautiful. I don't think there's anything like it up there. Some of the ones that I've actually done business in, Banbrook, Mira Mesa, Sterling Lakes is really nice, Marvita, and then it looks like there's another one coming up later this year, and then the Canyon Gate communities. So Sunterra, I always say think of Katy as this cross. I-10 and 99, 77449, 77493, 494, and 450. So this is where downtown Katy is. So north and west of that is where you'll find Sunterra and all its builders. So just if you don't know, the developer is the person that's making sure the land is ready to go, and then brings in the builders. The builders are the ones that are actually going to build a home for you. Okay. So this website looks like it was made last year, I believe. So you're not going to really find a lot of homes in the 200s. You're actually going to be closer to 300 on the conservative side. And you're seeing some that are starting to come out that are going to be in the 600s. I may have seen some in the high 600s, almost to 700. I don't think I've seen anything higher than that, but there's been changes in the market since this came out. So this is true, but expect to be in the 300 to 500 to 600 range. I usually put together something of my own for these things, but their website, they did a really good job of getting a lot of this information, except for tax rate. So for tax rate, don't quote me on this, but be prepared to be 3.5 or higher. Last I checked, I can't remember. I want to say 3.6, but I might not be correct. So make sure you double check on that. Don't quote me on that. I want to show you this master plan. I think this is really nifty, especially for this area. So if you're familiar with this area, there's not a lot of water sports going on back here. There's nothing resort style except for there's two gated communities that have like their own lake where you can do water sports like skiing and such. But this is a really nifty concept for an area that's largely for entertainment purposes. You would have to venture out this way, right? So to have a master plan community where you can stay and you have the vendors and you have the amenities and all that great stuff, I think it's fantastic. So I want to show you the actual plan Let me know your thoughts on this. So this is the area that I've actually entered through. I haven't gone to any of this. I spoke to a builder friend of mine who's in here. This is going to take 6-7 years, something like that. That's their estimation. So in the next few months, I mean, you already have people moving in. So in the next few months, you're also going to have homes that are going to be ready, but the actual water features are not there yet. Okay, they will be eventually. So you're going to have I'll show you a list of the builders that's better than this, but you can access this on their website. It'll give you a sense of who's building where, and also kind of like where the roads are going to be. That way you can plan your entry and exit into the neighborhood. So let's look at the builders real quick before we look into the schools. So I've visited the community several times, and as of the time of this recording, there's only, I want to say, Ashton Woods, Kalina Homes, which they might have already sold out, D.R. Horton, Empire, Geehan, Highland, Perry, and Centex. Those actually right now have homes to sell, or will have homes in the next 2 weeks. So what's going on right now is, and this ties into the pricing, is that at the beginning of 2021 we saw such a demand that prices went up, obviously, but also across all builders, or most builders in the Houston area, prices went up because of shortages in labor and material. So that also raised the prices, which is why I say careful of driving to Sunterra. Oh, we're going to be in the 200 to 500s. You might be a little higher than what you're expecting to be for the product that you're getting. And some of these you can actually click and they might be able to show you what they have available. If not, this is where having an agent comes in, because someone like me, who I'm in these communities on a daily basis, I can tell you who has what, who we need to talk to, what the product usually looks like, and go with you, walk you through the products and all that. Sales representatives for these are usually really busy, and they're just because there's so much demand right now. So I'll call them, tell them, hey, I want to see property 123 Main Street. So yeah, it'll be open, depending on the builder. Everybody's different. But for example, Centex sent me an email, or sent us an email, I want to say 2 days ago, and it showed what is available right now. Now, whenever you look at these websites that they have, it's showing you the kind of models that they're going to be building in these communities, right? So one of two things will happen. Either they'll already have a model like the one that you're interested in that price range, in the community that you can go see that's semi-completed, so you can kind of visualize the rest, or they'll tell you, hey, why don't you go to this other community where we have the same models, where we have these same homes, and that way you can actually see what the finished product is going to look like. Okay, so it never loaded. It's interesting. Anyways, while that loads, here's some of the other builders that are in there as well. Yeah, I'm pushing buttons and I'm not pushing them hard enough, I guess. Okay, so Chestmar Hart, Kalina Homes, Empire, D.R. Horton. Those are the ones that I know. Highland, Perry, Shea. I know that they have inventory. Some of these other ones do too. But yeah, so usually Centex and a few others, they're going to have the lower priced homes. And that's I'm not speaking to quality, it's just pricing. So they're going to have these 7 different designs for Sunterra. right? So like I mentioned, these are going to be the ones that they're going to offer there. And it's a matter of sitting down and figuring out what's going to be the best that meets your needs, or if you're coming with a family, you and your family's needs, or if you're an investor, some of these might not work with you or for you. Okay, so let's jump over to schools. Now, school data is going to be finicky. You need to call the representative, or if you're using an agent, call your agent, tell them to pick up the phone and find out exactly the section that you're going to be in. If you started building one of these, or if you're going to, what section is that home going to be in, and what school is it going to be zoned to? Because I know for a fact that I visited for a client, not just to see. I do that sometimes though, for a client, and this was not the high school for the section that we were discussing. This might be the high school for the section for other builders or for other sections, but for the section that we were discussing for the home that my client needs, this was not the high school. So it might be different. You gotta double and triple check that information if schools are super important to you. And for a lot of my clients, they are. Let's see what Lagoon Life is. So another thing I wanted to point out, it was on the master plan. So when we think of like Lagoon Life, we're thinking of like just like this, right? But the reality is, I'll bring you back to this because this is probably one of the most important things here, is it's going to be all throughout. These water features are not there yet, but it's going to be all throughout. Okay? Also, at the end of it, there might be about 2,200 homes. There might be more. Okay, so if the density of how many homes there are going to be in this 1,000 acres is important to you, just keep that in mind as well. As always with anything, information changes from time to time, so make sure that you're keeping up with it. I think the best way to go about this is to hire a real estate agent to stay on top of these things for you, because we do this for a living. So it behooves me. I need to know what it is that's going on in these communities so I can help my clients, not just you, but maybe I have other clients that would benefit from all of these things. Thank you so much for taking the time. I don't have a lot more other information. If there was anything that you wanted me to address, I can make a follow-up video, but please, I need that information. So comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, thank you for watching. We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts to making it all the way through to our video. If you wouldn't mind, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us figure out what kind of content to make, what not to, whenever you like, whenever you get notifications and things of that nature. And then we hope that we are able to provide you, myself and my son included, all the value you need to buy, sell, rent, lease a home. And if you're ever in the Katy area, please drop us a line. Our contact information is going to be down below. We'd love to work with you.